It's time for Side Scrollers on YouTube.com. With me, Stuttering Craig. People are going to try to keep you down. Don't let them. You got a goal? Go get it. And producer extraordinaire, Travis Key.
Hi, guys.
Co-hosted with some of the most talented friends from around the internet. And brought to you by you, the G2 community, at patreon.com/sidescrollers. And now, broadcasting from our homes, it's time for the #1 gaming and entertainment podcast on planet Earth. It's time for Side Scrollers.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, welcome on out to Side Scrollers on YouTube.com. What's going on, everybody? Hey, I'm Stuttering Craig. Welcome to the most entertaining gaming and entertainment podcast on planet Earth, the #1. God damn it, here we are. Let's get on. We're going to have a good one today. Episode 3, as we're ready to rock. Joining us, as always, the producer extraordinaire. My God, he loves Ninja Turtles so much. It's Travis Keys. How are you, Travis?
Morning, guys. I'm doing all right. I'm here.
Ready to roll. Ready to roll. Also joining us today is a special individual traveling, looking in a different setup, but man, oh man, does he sound sexy. It's Adam Krigler.
Welcome. I am currently in a guest bedroom in my in-laws' place, but I got my mobile setup, and I'm realizing I should use this mic more often because I'm being told I sound good, and I like sounding good. All right.
You do sound good. You sound sexy.
Thank you. Thank you. I also got rid of my beard. I don't know if you noticed.
I did. Like, so there's something that I actually very much want to talk to you about one day. We're going to need to carve out probably about an hour just to talk to you, because you in a previous life, you lived in the world of high fashion, right?
I did. 12 years.
12 years you were a model.
Funny enough, when I was researching everybody, I saw that and I'm like, what?
I know it's hard to see, when you look at this. It's like, what? Like, high fashion. What is this guy?
Yeah, and it looked like Abercrombie and Fitch photos with some of them did.
Oh, that was one of my first. That was my first print job, actually. I was 19 when I did that.
Abercrombie and Fitch?
At the campaign. Now, Craig, jealousy doesn't look good on anyone.
I'm so. Hey, listen, I'll tell you what. I do think, as pointed out, as Jeff Radderfan says, Adam's got the cheekbones. I think that we may have some of the best cheekbones in the podcasting industry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's good.
Watch out, you
my
get
mom's
cut.
fat cheekbones.
You'll get cut around here.
I'll tell you, I'm gonna need to show you pictures of me when I was young and skinny and super fit. It was straight up like, it was nice. I could slice and dice with those cheekbones, cut a cucumber. So yeah, we got the real life Zoolander joining us, which is outstanding. Can you turn left and right?
I've been hearing that joke, that like references to that. I could probably quote that entire movie because of the amount of people that have been like, "Oh, you're a model," and instantly they're like, "Do you want to make a library for ants?" Like it's original. I'm like, guys, I seriously. Ever since that movie came out, it's been the bane of my existence.
Well,
great movie though. It made me laugh a lot.
I was gonna say, I love that
funny enough, I know models that are like that. The thing about modeling though, you got to understand, it's about a look. It's not about who the type of person is. So there's models of all different types of people. There's like smart doctor models. There's really dumb idiot models.
And then everyone went to jail.
Did you go to high school? Did both of you go to high school?
Yeah.
Okay, you know how like in high school, there's just like a wide range of types of people, different cliques, different types of people, personalities. That's kind of like the modeling industry. Everyone's different. That's all.
Well, it's the same thing in the content world on YouTube.
Exactly.
I mean, there's clicks everywhere. Right.
Yep. Exactly.
Which is, no matter how. That's the thing, that the further I've gotten away from high school, the more I realize things are still fucking high school. it's
so true.
It's ridiculous.
So true. Yep.
Well, we got a lot to talk about today. Obviously, the YouTube CEO stepping down. We're going to hit that. There's a new trailer for the Tetris movie, which I cannot wait to show you.
I'm so hyped about it because I didn't even know this was a thing. And I don't know if you guys know this about me. Love Tetris. My first video game ever that I owned myself. I became a pro Tetris player, if I do say so myself.
Did you really? Were you really a pro?
I never got paid for it, though.
Okay. Professionals get paid, Adam.
I know. All right, fine.
My favorite Tetris game was that 64 Tetris game that like you could play against people and it spun around and stuff.
Cool.
I don't know if anybody remembers that, but that was an awesome game.
There's a free Tetris game on Switch that is you face off against 100 people.
Oh yeah, Tetris 99. Yeah,
you played Tetris 99. It's amazing. And what were you going to say, Craig?
I'll say no. My favorite was going to be a bad joke about my favorite being Tetris on the Virtual Boy, but whatever.
Oh, so I saved you, is what you're saying.
That's right.
I saved you from the bad joke. Okay.
That's right. We also we're going to talk about Bruce Willis a little bit. We're going to talk about Disney and the greatest of all time being geriatric. We'll get to that in a little bit later. And on top of that, we're gonna do some hardcore video games later today and talk about Dark Souls. I thought it'd be fun on a Friday when.
Thank you. Thank you.
On a Friday when it's usually a slow news day, give everybody an opportunity to get in and kind of focus in on an individual game, maybe once a week, see how that goes. And, we'll see. Maybe that's what we do on Fridays, because I want to remind everybody that usually on Fridays, the show will be available exclusively on patreon.com/sidescrollers. You can join the 166 other G2s who have joined over there. Who's going to be 167, 168, and 169?
Nice.
Let's go. So we got all that. We have so much to talk about today, including Papa SNES resubbing Prime over on Twitch. Says, been a bit. Glad to be back. Well, welcome back, Papa SNES. Always a pleasure. And Extra Zero coming in with the $4.99 super chat saying, make sure y'all check out Gaming Historian's Tetris video. Great stuff and and I'm curious as accurate the movie will be. Happy Friday, y'all. Well, thank you, Extra Zero. Yeah, and Adam, I don't think you realize this, but the movie is not necessarily about like Tetris itself. It's not like Pixels, the movie starring Adam Sandler. It's actually about the business process of getting Tetris from Russia to license. It's
interesting.
Yeah.
No, that sounds cool too.
It was originally started for like their space program or something like that. I thought like something weird. The government paid for it. I know that.
I love it.
Yeah.
There was that documentary about Spotify. I don't remember if it's on Netflix or whatever, but my wife is Swedish and Spotify started in Sweden, and it's actually in Swedish. And you see different perspectives of different people that were all a part of it, and it ended up being really intriguing and really cool to see how Spotify got started. So if I don't know how they're going to do it with Tetris, but I think it's should be interesting to see. I didn't even know it came from Russia. That's pretty interesting.
From Russia with love. That was the original tagline of it. Yeah. From Russia with love.
Isn't that fascinating?
Well,
is that what that's from? I thought it was a Bond movie or something.
Well, no, that was like the marketing early on for Tetris when it first came over.
Okay.
But speaking of Spotify, you can find Side Scrollers on Spotify. Make sure you search for it. Make sure it's Side Space Scrollers when you search Side Scrollers Podcast. And you can find it there. That you find the all episodes there a few hours after we're live here. It takes a little bit of time to download MP3s and get them all ready to go and slice them and then get them uploaded and stuff. So appreciate you guys. If you guys haven't yet, please go over and follow us over on Spotify. And if you find us on any other audio platforms, which you will, make sure you give it a 5-star rating or whatever it is, and just do the things in the comments and let people know how great Side Scrollers is, because that helps their algorithms, just like commenting over here on YouTube does here.
I'm going to disappear for a second.
Please, yes. Travis is going to be in and out throughout the day because he's dealing with dog, and like how Destin was dealing with baby, Travis is dealing with dog. So dog. He's got a rescue dog, and the rescue dog is it's awesome, but Got to take care of dog. Well, I wanted to start today by Adam. We've kind of gone back and forth the last few days. When I first approached you, I was saying, hey, I want to do the show that is completely politics free. I want to do a show that's about gaming and entertainment that is politics free. And we've kind of, I feel like we've gone to the line. We stepped back, and some people are like, oh, you're not going to talk politics. But I read a comment.
I gotta say, I've heard it before. It before. I started another show with someone else, and we weren't supposed to talk about politics, and that's all it ended up being. So, give me some good news right now. Go ahead.
Well, let me say this. I saw this comment yesterday, and it really resonated with me. And because I've been having a hard time with this, and I want to pull this up and read this comment, because I think it's important to let's see. Yeah, it's important to read through this. This was yesterday on yesterday's video. And this is from Empty Rain or Empty Ryan. I'm not quite sure. I'm going to make this a little bigger for everybody. Sure. He says there's a considerable difference when it comes to talking about politics versus talking about things that affect gaming and nerd culture in general. It is important to discuss that things that affect the culture. How would things be different if no one discussed or pointed out how bad Jack Thompson's escapades were in suing game devs and others was? Do you remember Jack Thompson, by the way, Adam?
No, I don't. I don't know about that.
So Jack Thompson was a guy in the probably late 2010s who he was like video game enemy number one. He was the guy that would go to Congress and be like, video games are bad. And he was suing video game companies for, he tried to sue GTA and Rockstar and all that stuff. It was crazy. Anyways, how would that affect policies by ignorant politicians if Jack Thompson was able to get away with that? Not discussing objections or praises to the current president or administration or foreign policies or geopolitical issues, it's fine because that is inherently politics. But discussing views on countercultures that directly affect gaming and nerd culture is inherently not political, and it's absolutely acceptable because you are discussing culture. In fact, not discussing those issues because some individual might not have the facilities to understand the differences in what it is and what is not politics is inherently detrimental. Once again, how would things be different if we just let Jack Thompson get away with it because we were worried about offending weak-minded individuals? Discussing games, discussing movies or TVs, discuss games, discuss movies, discuss TV shows. Talk about how excited you are for them, but not all, or not at all. But if the subject arises about a certain properties being controversial for whatever reason, don't worry about discussing it, because those anemic cultural or behavior ideas will spread like a virus, destroying anything resembles good or creative in the culture. Right.
So great point. Great comment.
Right. So I read that and I was like, wow, that really resonated with me when I was reading that, because I've kind of been on this like, oh, I don't want to talk about this stuff, but the last thing that I want side scrollers to be is vanilla, because I'm not vanilla. And I work best when I'm like, if you were to look back, there's a video of the top 10 most inappropriate things I said on side scrollers in like 2011, right?
Okay.
And
can we watch that right now?
I'll see if I can pull it up. But
okay.
But I still look at those things and I'm like, okay, I guess we're kind of pushing the boundary a little bit. But I work best with an edge, and I don't want to be vanilla. I don't want side scrollers to be vanilla. But I think there's a drastic difference between talking about politics and talking about things that affect gaming culture and nerd culture.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Well, I think a lot of times
that's been my stance. So
I think a lot of times people confuse political stuff for non-political stuff because it is writing a line. There are some things to me that are just inherently not political, but people politicize them.
Right.
But, like healthcare. But
limited run gaming, for example. I know you guys talked to her before I got on yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
and that's something that directly affects gaming culture, but it's a movement in culture that's attacking anyone that's going to look at freaking Hogwarts Legacy. I mean, the amount of vitriol that's going against anyone who's just simply playing the game right now, and it's like that in itself is political, but also it directly affects the gaming world. And so discussing that isn't talking about politics. We're not talking about Biden's new campaign ad or something, breaking down his policies. It's like that is like overtly politics. So I get what this guy's saying. Like we can't be afraid to talk about it.
Right.
Like
agreed.
For example,
stuff that
like
involves
the people playing the game, that shouldn't be political at all. Like you said, it shouldn't be, but people make it that way. So if we talk about it, is it political? I don't think so, but other people will claim it is. You know what I mean?
Right. And even having this conversation, people be like, you said you weren't going to talk politics, right? But once again, there's a giant difference, I feel, between talking things that are left, right, middle, whatever, administration, thoughts on whatever, versus what's actually happening and things that are taking place in the gaming and nerd culture and entertainment space. So, with that said, for me, that was like, oh, fuck, I forgot that. And that was a good way of articulating kind of how I've thought about things.
Like
so,
what tattoo games?
That? What was the name of that person?
It was it's empty. It's empty, or EMPYREAN. I don't really know how to say it, but it was a great comment.
REAN.
Yeah.
Rian. Empty Rian.
I like this comment.
Oh, Empyrean.
Tattoo Game says.
Empyrean, thank you for that awesome. I don't know if you're watching right now, but thank you for that awesome comment, because that actually makes me feel a little bit better, because I don't want to talk about politics. I did a political show for a very long time, and it dragged me down. And I know the weight of having to read politics all day and try to understand it all, and it's a hot mess. I don't want to. I love video games. I want to
attacked by all sides.
I want to. Yeah, I just want to talk about video games, and I can see where it blends, but that's where we'll focus, like how it's affecting the gaming side of it. You can't get away from politics because it's infecting everything. So
True.
I don't know. There is a difference between talking about politics and just talking about video games, where some politics happen to be involved. Yeah.
Right. So I think there's like,
I like it.
There's like I'd say the black and white area, right? There's the white, which is absolutely no politics, and if you do that, you're not really talking about anything. Then there's the black, which is the all politics all the time, and then there's like the shades of gray where they blend in together. And I think we're
almost
gonna...
like 50 Shades of Gray.
Sex.
Sex. Wait, what are we talking about?
Right. And there you go. Xander says the biggest thing is that we trust your opinions, not to be politically motivated at all. Games are games, right?
There it is. Right.
Great stuff.
Well,
Thank you, Xander.
just because you, our audience, trust us does not mean other people will. You know what I'm saying? And we only care about our audience, but our audience may not be the loudest in the room at certain times.
Everyone's a little biased. No one can claim to be unbiased. Everyone has a viewpoint on things.
Yes.
Even if someone claims to be a fence sitter.
Right.
They're liars.
Right. Well, but I think that at the end of the day, people need to know that literally everybody is welcome at Side Scrollers. Side Scrollers is built around the idea of being welcoming to everybody, left, right, middle, black, white, gay, trans, straight, whatever. I don't care. Like, if you like games, you like entertainment, come and hang out with us. That's the idea. And we're welcome. It's a giant boat. Everyone hop on in and tell your friends. So
I love Michael's comment. Sorry, Travis, I don't trust any of you Muppets. Okay.
That's right. Man, Muppet is a word.
They added a heart.
Yeah.
Muppet is a word that I've heard recently used I've been watching this show on Fox called it's like Ultimate Challenge, and it took all these celebrities that have they're like, some are B+ celebrities. There's a lot of athletes and people on Real Housewives, and it's like traditional reality show. But the idea of it is that they take them through special forces training. Have you heard about this?
I can imagine any of them doing it.
Oh man, it's 10 episodes. It takes place over the course of 10 days, and there's like this British special operations guy who's kind of like the leader, and whenever somebody fails, he's like, "You Muppet!" So
don't they have the best insults over there? I love it.
I don't even know what the hell that means. Anyways,
this is why I watch a lot of UK streamers, is because I just love it when they get pissed off.
Yeah, it's entertaining for sure.
So I want to continue on with this really quick and reference something. I put out a tweet yesterday. That as we talk about things that affect gaming culture and specifically our community, I put this tweet out yesterday talking about just how unacceptable this thing is up in Ohio, right? This whole situation. And like I said, I don't care about whose fault it is. I care about how it's affecting our community, right? And I put this out, and in this tweet, it's just like, how is this acceptable? I mean, literally, how's it acceptable to anybody? And I noticed several G2s in here saying, like, I live very close to where this is. And I had this realization this morning, like, holy shit, we should be talking to these G2s and seeing what these situations are like, because we have this tremendous, small but tremendous platform for people to talk about these things. So why are we waiting for these things to happen on Twitter when this is affecting literally our community?
And so this, for example, people would call political. I don't see this as political at all. This is a tragedy that happened. Like you said, who cares whose fault it is? Fix it. It's affecting everybody.
But for me, specifically, it's how does it affect our community? How does it affect individual G2s?
Right.
So if something like this happens, like I would like to see, it's essentially boots on the ground. People who are saying, "Oh, I live 10 minutes away. I live 30 minutes away." Well, shit. How is this affecting your life? How is this affecting you as a member of our community? Because that's important to me. Because I care about how this is affecting you. I don't want you drinking shitty ass water filled with chemicals and stuff
that'll light on fire.
And it's important for other G2s to see that as well. Because these are real world things.
Well,
so I saw the mayor. I think it was the mayor who came out and was like, "The water's fine," and drank it. Because the water in the rivers is not what people drink. It's not what's in the pipes going to people's houses.
Right.
That comes from a different source.
But then it's one of them things that's going to get contaminated into the ground. And okay, so your kids are outside playing in the mud. Is it going to be all over them? You know what I'm saying? And then so they clean the water at the processing plant. I don't think processing plants are made to clean out fucking oil and shit. You know what I'm saying? I think they're made to clean out waste contaminants. So
I know you said it's not about whose fault it is. I agree. But man, I have some things to say about it, but it's like, I'm going to take a stance. I'm very opinionated. All right. And I'm the type of person who this is where I'm standing on this hill. I don't like how they're not telling everyone what's going on. We're getting these people on the ground that are like, here's this video of what we're seeing. Here's all of my animals are now dead on my farm. Like I can't provide for myself anymore. Like I'm seeing these videos from people that live in that area. And like no one's talking about that. Like mainstream media. The New York Times finally did a story on it 2 weeks later. Like this is such a big thing that's going on in our country.
If people's animals are dying on their farms, that means that the land is contaminated or the well water is contaminated because most farms run on wells. So now the people who don't have access to city cleaned water, who drink wells, who's going to pay for that? Because who's going to clean their land? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm sure that's going to be $500,000 just to dig out all the fucking dirt to clean out. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous.
The average is higher than 1,000 train derailments a year. Yes, so that happens, which really just says that we need to
way too much
fix our rail system.
Yeah, right.
But the fact that it happens that much, but we don't hear about these bad chemical spills. And now they've happened in Tucson, Arizona. It happened right near where my mom is visiting me from. It happened in Michigan.
One outside of Houston.
Oh, Houston. Right. No. And also somewhere else north yesterday.
Right.
So but chemical spills, not just like a derailment. Like, does it happen that much? So do we have chemicals spilling out all over
everywhere?
America that we don't, that you're not telling anybody? Like what don't we know? If this is that normal, like they're saying like, oh, well, it's normal. I'm like, if it's normal, that's terrible.
Mind-boggling.
Wait, why aren't we fixing this?
Well, and why wasn't it on the news before if it's that fucking normal that we have,
Well, the point being though is that this affects people in our community, and if we can give them an opportunity to go out with the thing is we're broadcasting with StreamYard, right? So we could actually give them a link. They can go out with their cell phone and they can say, "Here, this is the water. This is what it looks like."
Called? On the scene reporters,
right? Exactly. But it more like experience the way the G2s did. But with that said, look, the idea is that this show was built around providing a voice for the community as well. So if something like this does affect you, we'd love to hear about it and give the opportunity to tell the story, tell your story, see how this is affecting you. But with that said, let's move on, because there was in addition to that big news, there was also some big news about what we have going on the platform we're literally broadcasting on right now. As yesterday, it was kind of a big bombshell, really. The CEO, the CEO of Twitter came out yesterday and announced that she is resigning from Twitter from Susan Wojcicki, I think it's her name. Susan Wojcicki pretty much wrote like a song letter. It's it's just saying like, hey, I'm not going to be here. I've been the head of YouTube for 8-9 years now. I've been with Google and Alphabet for 25 years. And she was there very early on with
shouldn't she, this is gonna be just a joke, shouldn't she have been canceled a long time ago for doing interviews with people like Shane Dawson and stuff?
I don't know what happened to Shane Dawson.
I'm not going to go there.
Okay.
But
I don't even know what that's about.
well, it was pedophile stuff. But,
okay.
I do know that I personally have 9 strikes on my YouTube channel from what was deemed misinformation, but what has now since been proven all true. Every single one of my strikes has been proven true years later. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it at that. I'm very biased on this story here.
You can be biased, you know, like, I mean, you can absolutely be biased. That's totally fine. But I'd say a lot of people have looked at this as clearly anytime a CEO leaves, there's it's a very big line of delineation in a company. They
saw a comment that said she did it like a week before the subpoenas went out because apparently there's subpoena and everybody.
Right. So I don't know if you guys know this, but
stop it though.
I was watching a Moist Critical video. Do you know who Moist Critical is, Charlie?
Sounds familiar.
He's a real big streamer. He's got a zillion subscribers on YouTube. But he was talking about how it's kind of suspicious that she's doing this right now because there's a big trial that's taking place. That just the bullet points aspect of it is YouTube was recommending some extremist content, some like ISIS type stuff, and it kind of radicalized people. And those people then went out and did bad things, did like a terrorist attack, and then it ultimately goes back to like someone's YouTube and Google are being sued over this, right? And this trial has a very big potentially shift the way the internet works, specifically when it comes to Section 230, with it being a platform versus just publisher, right? And I don't think anybody can actually look at YouTube or Twitter or Facebook and realistically look at them and be like, yeah, they're a platform, not a publisher. The way information is curated.
Hi. I've been booted off YouTube 9 times.
Right. And the amount, like, just the idea that you can say certain things, but you have to hold your tongue for others, right? That's scary. And Adam,
what up, Rumble? Shout out to Rumble and locals.
Who deems what is offensive? This is where my problem comes.
Oh man,
who deems what is wrong, what is offensive, what is accurate, what is not? And if it's a computer program, well, that computer program is fed by people. You know what I mean?
We're going to talk about Dark Souls soon, Adam. We're talking about
Dark Souls. Just bothers.
All right, we're almost there.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Almost to Dark Souls, Adam.
Just stay with us, Adam. Stay with us. It'll be all right. Well, some dumb one actually brings up a really good point, like removing downvotes, right? Like nobody asked for that. Nobody wanted it.
I think people wanted to keep them.
Right.
But hey.
No, Disney, the corporations wanted them gone, or the
Vivo,
the political side, because a lot of the feels so political, but the White House turned off the comments, and right around when Biden took office, like that's when the downvotes disappeared, and when comments started being cut off from being, comments were turned off or whatever. And it's like YouTube has been going down a dark road for a long time, and I don't think her replacement, Neil, what's his name? Neil Mohan. I mean, honestly, I don't think much is going to change. I think it's going to be all the same. I think it's going to be Google. Who cares who's sitting on the CEO ship of YouTube? It's Google, and Google has been very vocal about their political bias for many years.
You're right.
Especially since 2016, where they completely redid their entire algorithm to basically be anti-Republican, I'm not even going to say his name, but it's like that's their favorite thing.
Well, and the funny thing is that was a backswing. So all the news and all the sites and all that, Google being one of them, YouTube being another, gave one candidate that year more free press. Well, then they had to come, so that he got all this free press, And then they had to combat that with all these things because they gave them all the free press. Well, don't give them all the free press, and then you won't have to remove comments, and you won't have to. You see what I'm saying? You won't have to do all these other things to fix your mistake in the first place. Talk about everybody equally so that this is not a problem in the future.
What is this? Puck 3.
And Frederick says, I played Puck 3 in Ohio, doing what is called a wheel, $6 bet. You get 3 numbers, and any combination equals a straight bet. So think of it as 6 $1 straight bets. I just checked my tickets from February 10th. Wheel ticket was 239. Numbers drawn were 1192. Oh, I had 2. Okay, that sounds good. Then February 11th. Okay, sounds good. So on both tickets, I missed $500 by 1 numbers. Sorry, Fredder. Thanks for sharing. I love it. I love
Sucks, man. Sorry.
Yeah.
Then he said, I'm okay missing the long odds. Why the F does the one kid I'll never have? Oh, there it is. Yeah. So it comes back to the Angelman syndrome, of course. Hit the lottery. That's right. That's Fredder's son has Angelman's syndrome.
Yeah. Well, isn't that sad that you beat the lottery that way?
In time, buddy. In time.
Nah, he's probably an amazing son.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, he's got amazing parents. So
Invader says, I think talking about how politics affects everything is different from going your side bad, my side good. Like Craig always says, don't be a dick. Right.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Well,
all right.
and one thing. Sorry, I had interrupted.
I don't want to talk about YouTube
when he was
anymore.
talking, but one of the things
I don't want to do it.
One of the things that I said was, isn't downvoting and comments freedom of speech? So you're literally removing people's.
It's also a feature that the platform offers, so they don't have to offer it.
You're right, but then don't offer it on
Is it freedom of speech?
Turn it off on every video or have it as an option.
They did.
Yeah,
they did.
I guess you're right.
It is gone on every video. So.
All right.
Still stupid.
Let's bring you up a little bit and build you guys, because listen, Adam, I'm gonna switch your brain really quick and get you excited. Excited.
I want to see this trailer. Please
All
play
right.
it.
So yes, Tetris is a movie I don't know. I saw this about 2 months ago, and I was like, "What the hell? How are you making a Tetris movie?" I obviously thought it was going to be something like Pixels, right? The movie, the Adam Sandler movie.
I never saw that, but I probably won't.
Yeah, it's kind of like
I didn't see it either.
Kind of like.
Did you see Free Guy?
Yeah, I didn't think it was that bad.
Yeah, it was entertaining.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
I'm going to go against the unpopular opinion and say that I actually very much like Ryan Reynolds. I think Ryan Reynolds is very good.
Ryan Reynolds is great.
People hate Ryan Reynolds. I think it's because he's so successful. I don't know. He's good looking. I've liked him all the way since Van Wilder. I love Van Wilder.
Van Wilder, Waiting, these old movies with Ryan Reynolds as the lead. Great movies.
I agree. Yeah. But alas, some people hate
Deadpool.
him.
The only movie I didn't like of his was Van Wilder, actually. But
Van Wilder is spectacular. All right, so once again, we're probably going to get flagged for copyright with this, but that's okay. We're going to give this go. Let me make sure we got the audio.
So make sure you go and support us on Patreon, because that's the best way to support this show. Thank you very much.
That's right. There you go. Patreon.com/sidescrollers. All right, here we go.
Yep.
We should get it right here. Should have the audio. Let me turn down our tunes here, and then we'll get into this. Okay, so this is the Tetris trailer. 2 minutes 55. You guys, if you guys want me to stop it at any time, you just say stop it. Okay. Here we go.
It's a long trailer.
It was the most beautiful thing I'd ever seen. I played for 5 minutes. I still see falling blocks in my dreams. It's poetry, art, and math all working in magical synchronicity. It's the perfect game. Tetris?
Tetris.
Tetris. Tetris.
Tetris. I don't get it.
It's a combination of tetra, Greek for 4, and tennis.
Tennis.
The Russian inventor, he likes tennis. Hazel, yeah.
This game isn't just if it stays with you. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Hank, only 10 other people in the world have seen what you're about to see. It's called the Game Boy.
Package it with Tetris.
Can you?
I got it. I'm sorry. Stop it for a second. All right. That package, the Tetris Game Boy package, I got when it first came out. My grandfather bought that for me because he knew I wanted it. And I got that when it came out. 1990? When did that come out?
89, 90, something like that. Yeah, for sure.
The Game Boy came out in 89, but when did the Tetris Game Boy pack? Well, that's what I got. I don't know. I think I got it in 99. in the 90s, early
Well,
90s. I was like 6 or 7 when I got it.
I'll tell you
Yeah, I
this.
think it was 90
Hype.
or 91.
I'm hype. I'm so hyped for that movie.
Yeah, that
Well,
it actually gave me like adrenaline watching it. The music was perfect.
That looks cool, man.
Well, we still have a lot to go, so you buckle up because it gets better.
Hold
all
on. Okay, I'm buckled. I'm
There you
buckled
go.
in.
Travis, you ready to go?
I'm ready.
All right, because
Travis
I don't
stays
know.
buckled in. All right.
This movie will benefit from being called something not Tetris, but this is amazing. It's really oh god, let's keep going.
The Soviet
Based on true
Union
story.
had worldwide rights. Nothing gets out easily.
I'm gonna go to Moscow.
You're walking into a country that still considers America enemy numero uno.
Okie dokie.
You sure you don't have to talk to your wife about this first?
Pioneers have to bet the house to win.
But not literally.
Listen. Have you ever heard our apartment this quiet before?
Right?
This is the inventor of Tetris.
Your game is brilliant. I'm gonna make you a millionaire.
Mr. Rogers, have you ever negotiated with the Soviets?
We're here for Tetris.
We все здесь только ради денег.
What do you say? I don't speak Russian.
The most powerful man in Communist Party is watching you and your family.
Do you know where your husband is?
What the hell is going on?
The world is changing, and Soviet Union will not be left behind.
What'd you think of that?
Dude, I'm even more hyped.
Yes, I'm so into this movie.
I am so much more into this movie now after like seeing that last.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, there's this like spy element. The
Gorbachev's
the,
in, you know, was
the
in on it,
tenseness of the Soviet Union falling apart during the 80s. Like
Yeah.
this is, I'm in it. I'm in it.
and to know the history that the guy who actually
He's
invented
more
it
Chris Pratt.
didn't end up getting any money at all is sad. It's
Right.
really sad.
What, that Russian guy who made Tetris?
Who invented it?
Yeah.
They ripped his ass
Well,
off.
thanks
and
for spoiling part of the movie for me, dude.
It's history, damn it.
I'm just kidding. I'm just playing.
John, thanks for becoming a new member. I really appreciate
Well,
that.
don't
buddy.
let me spoil Titanic.
That's
I've
awesome.
never seen it.
You've
Seriously?
never seen? Oh
I've never seen Titanic, and I don't plan on it.
no, you're gonna see it whether you like
I
it or
want to.
not.
I want to be able to say that for the rest of my life. I've
Nope.
never seen Titanic.
Nope. Welcome
Craig,
to Side Scrollers.
there's
You're gonna...
nothing you could do to make me. I also have never played Fortnite, and I will never play Fortnite.
Well, I'm right there
Oh,
with you.
That's awesome. All right, let's continue on to this trailer because we got more. We got more.
I want to play with the big boys. This is how the world works.
Where is my money?
This is insane.
We can't protect you.
Sometimes you gotta forget the rules.
Pausing for copyright.
Ah!
The
Oh, yeah.
cliffhanger.
Right, you got it. Or copyright,
Gotta
right?
break
I
it
got
up just a little bit.
I'm
I'm
sitting
so.
here
I was
with
like,
my
oh
mouth
man,
open.
you,
Yeah.
blue balls. You just gave me blue balls, Craig. Thanks for that. The game
Let's go.
you couldn't put down. The story
Soviet
you
Union is
couldn't
about
make
some
up.
murder. They're lying. Everybody's lying.
Go home.
Cavalry is coming.
We don't have time.
I have a plan.
Oh, come on. You guys are the kings of cliffhangers.
Okay.
I'll tell you what, the music.
Oh,
in
it
this
is called
movie-
Tetris.
Yeah, it's actually called
Cast.
Tetris.
Oh, I
It's
thought you were
great.
alluding to the fact that it might be something called something different other than Tetris.
No. I think that calling it Tetris, people are going to expect like some
game,
Adam Sandler
movie,
movie,
yeah.
right?
Oh, I see.
Right. So
I don't know. I'm hyped for that. That looks
Yeah.
fantastic.
Oh, we're
I
not
would love
done.
to
Hold
learn
on.
more about it.
We're not
I'm
done.
right there with you. It's
Oh yeah, they
excites me
got to
a
do
lot.
something exciting at the end to like
You
hook you
gotta
in, right?
post credit. Here we go.
Let's see it.
Do you know what that is?
Is that the owner of Nintendo?
Nintendo, yeah.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Gunpei
Fukujiwa
Yokoi.
or whatever his name is.
Yep.
Is that actually him?
No, he's dead.
Oh, I didn't know.
But it looks just like him.
Does it really?
Just like him. It's crazy. Yeah.
Cool.
Not too bad.
Not too bad.
Not too bad. Hey, the head of
I love
Nintendo
it.
says that to you. You got some money. It's gold.
Yeah.
I mean, he looks just. I saw it and I was like, holy crap, that looks just like him.
That's cool.
Hiroshi Yamachi is his.
Is that his name?
Mauchi. Yeah.
okay.
One of our.
Hiroshi Yamauchi.
Yeah. However you say that.
You know.
Yes. I'll just so we have a reference. I'll pull up his image as well. So Yeah. No, it's not Gunpei Yokoi. Leo says that's not Gunpei Yokoi. That's well, I'm just being dumb. You guys know that I'm not perfect. Yamauchi. Just so you have a reference because it looks just like him. Here we go. Oh God, this is crazy. Let's see.
Yeah, man. I hope the music in the movie is just as
Yamauchi.
hype as the music in the trailer, because that music in the trailer was great.
Right.
I mean, I liked it when I just thought I was getting the backstory before the freaking Russia Soviet Union part came in, and now I'm like, oh man.
Yeah, I find all that history
good.
fascinating, and
Good.
to see some of the inner workings of the Soviet Union through the eyes of getting this Tetris game, like it's just fascinating.
So there he is in the movie. There he is in real life.
Wow.
Wow. I could see it.
Pretty outstanding, right? I mean,
yeah.
that's awesome. So
he looks just like him. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for picking Tetris and packing it up with the Game Boy, because I still have that Game Boy. I love that thing. It still works.
Yeah, and as Invader says, it's rated R.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's a rated R.
Oh,
movie.
yeah, baby. So you know it's going to be good.
So we're going to get some Tetris sex and murder.
How many lines of coke are going to be done during that movie? It's gonna...
Probably in the shape of Tetris blocks. They're not lines. It's just like,
Oh, that's great. Impredator also throughout the 100 bits saying, speaking of Titanic, says spoiler, the ship sinks. Just giving you a heads up. Thanks, Impredator.
Damn it. Well, I mean, I knew that from history. And I also know why it got sunk. But that's
the fire in the boiler room.
That's a whole nother more the Jekyll Island. Anyway. I don't know how much you know about the Fed, but that's not for this show. That's not for this show.
I've heard that theory actually. It's just pretty interesting. And the people who got off the boat, I'm
gonna tell you this right now. Last night during I do a stream in the evening, Adam, at 10 o'clock.
I saw you went live, yeah.
So last night, I was gonna do like this stream where we're just kind of talking. Then like about 5 minutes before, I was like, I want to talk about UFOs. And we went down this like crazy rabbit hole about all these things because I know about these things like right here, but I would love to do like a pick a conspiracy theory. Like we're live 5 times a week, right?
So we're
gonna need to find topics to talk about, and I think that stuff is like fascinating. So if we ever want to go down like the crazy conspiracy theories, like I don't even know what you're talking about, this Titanic thing, right?
Well, supposedly the Titanic and the Olympic had different windows on them too, the amount of windows. And if you look at the Titanic picture leaving the harbor, it doesn't have the correct amount of windows. So there's a theory.
What the hell?
There's a theory that they changed the name of the Titanic and the Olympic because it was actually hit by a government ship shortly before, and so they knew that they were going to sink it for insurance purposes.
I'm simply just going to respond with "end the Fed." That's it. I'm going to leave it at that.
I think it'd be amazing to go down those rabbit holes, though.
I have a show on Sunday nights that I talk about conspiracy theories and ancient civilizations and different alien stuff. It's a lot of fun. I
love all that stuff.
Nerdrotic and Quarter Black Garrett. It's called Forbidden Frontiers. Very fun show.
I'm gonna have to.
But I've been researching all sorts of weird, unexplained things, and it's been a refreshing change to my normal day, because before I would just be reading what politics are going on, like what crap I have to talk about, Daily Show. And now, I mean, yeah, we skirt the line with politics, but we're not like jumping into the freaking political pool. You know what I mean? So it's hard for me to not, because I know a lot about stuff that I want to talk about and explain, like, well, this is why I feel the way I do about Susan Wojcicki, whatever the hell her last name is.
Well, maybe I just need to come on that show, and
that's called Nerdrotic Live, right?
Yeah, it's on Nerdrotic Live. Yeah, he's got a few channels, but it's on Nerdrotic Live. Yeah, Forbidden Frontiers. Right. It's a lot of fun.
Mods, if you have a chance to get that link, you could put it in the chat.
Hey, thank you. Yeah.
Some dumb one resubbed here with Prime for 22 months. Says, I wonder how this movie will fit into upcoming releases. Do you think they'll rotate the cast and move the release a little Okay, this is here it is. Here, this is all a big pun, and some dumb one's gonna nail it. Okay, just so pay attention. I wonder how this movie will fit into upcoming releases. Do you think they'll rotate the cast and move the release a little? It will fall in line with the other blockbusters.
Pretty good. My wife would approve of that bun.
It's pretty good. Pretty good. And before we get too far, listen. This is ridiculous. Because for the third day in a row.
Oh, Shamsa.
Are you? I don't have my claps. I'm not home. I don't have my claps. Shamsa. What? I don't know what to do.
$1,000.
Way to be, Shamsa.
We got to clap, guys. Start clapping.
Fucking A. Let's go. Let's go.
Shamsa, thank you. Shamsa, you Shamsa. Mad lad.
Oh, my God. Shamsa,
wow.
Thank you.
Who is Shamsa?
Listen, Shamsa is a special person, and that's all you need to know. That's all you need to know. Shamsa is keeping the show afloat.
But I love you. I mean that.
Shamsa is keeping this show afloat right now, which is great. So, well, thank you, Shamsa. Appreciate that. That is
amazing.
Amazing. Absolutely. Well, let me tell you about what's not amazing.
Great.
Oh my God! As I meet, we're having such a smooth show today, such a smooth presentation. Now
I'm enjoying it. I got smooth wine to go with this smooth show, but what are you going to throw it?
Now I'm going to bring. We just were so hyped. The level of hype with the Tetris trailer. Now we're going to bring it down because
Shamsa. I think Shamsa peaked. That was the hype peak. Just saying, it wasn't that Tetris.
You're not wrong.
Okay,
you're not wrong.
I know I'm right. You're right. I'm right. Just tell me I'm right.
You're right.
Thank you. That's what I wanted to hear. We can move on now.
But can we? Because we learned yesterday.
Oh no, what?
That Bruce Willis has been diagnosed with dementia.
He's got dementia now also?
Yeah.
I didn't even know about this.
Yeah, this was announced yesterday. Bruce Willis's family, it was shared through Demi Moore's Instagram. She has front temporal degeneration. Bruce's condition has progressed, and we now have more specifics about his diagnosis. It's essentially dementia, and it's like so sad.
And it's supposed to be getting real bad too for him too. So
man, that's
he probably at this point doesn't even know who his family is and everything. It's just.
Well, I tweeted about this yesterday.
Did he sell his likeness? Did he sell his likeness? I thought I heard that he sold like his likeness to be used in movies, like his AI self.
Wow.
That'd be interesting. Yeah, he'd be the first I'm aware of to be doing
the first I heard about him being sick, he was unable to process what people were saying to him.
Yeah, that's
like, you would
aphasia is what it's called.
Is that what it's called? Yeah. Aphasia? Like, all right. So I heard that he had that, but adding if he does have that and dementia, like that is its own type of hell. You can't even understand what people are saying when you are coherent enough to like. Oh, I'm aware of where I am right now. He did. Deep fake likeness rise to his twin. So his
actor Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis has a twin?
Yeah, let's find out more.
I don't think it's his actual twin. I think it's like his look-alike.
It is in quote.
Right.
Yeah. You know.
So he sells his deep face likeness rights so his face can continue to appear in films. Actor Bruce Willis has become the first Hollywood star in history to sell his likeness, so deepfake technology will allow him to continue appearing in films.
Yeah, I thought so.
Willis allows deepfake, which makes what is described as digital twins to use his face in a phone ad. Okay, so Willis said in a statement, "I like the precision in which my character turned out. It's a mini movie in my usual action comedy genre. For me, it's a great opportunity to go back in time," he said. And I don't know if he necessarily wrote this or not, but this is about 6 months ago. So
I don't know what I think of this, because what if they start making things that he wouldn't have approved of or wouldn't have liked, or now his likeness
too late.
You know what I'm saying? It's just
too late, Trav.
And was he in his right mind to sell it? And it's just,
man. Well, I don't know. Maybe you need to sign off before appearing in there. You know, appearing in
or your power of attorney or whatever.
Right. Or the family has the rights to that.
I hope that's a clause.
Oh, how could it not be? I mean, what family would not do that? Be like, yeah, we got to make sure. It's just like signing a contract for anything else. You can't just have an open-ended open-ended idea of like, well, yeah, you can just have this forever. You know, I'm sure there's a term on it, you know, after X number of movies or X number of shorts or whatever it may be. Just like if you was to sign a deal with a studio, you know, studio has a 10 studio
four movie thing or whatever.
Right. But I thought it'd be good to take a look at Bruce Willis's films because there's this is on Rotten Tomatoes. There are so many, and as I was looking through this, it really made me think about how he's been in a lot of dog shit, but the good really outweighs the bad.
Fifth Element.
And when you said that, I went, has he?
Die Hard.
Oh, yeah, you're right. He has.
Well, obviously, Die Hard is what he's best known for. Looper. I never saw Looper, but I hear it's like
it's actually really good.
It was okay. It was okay.
Yeah.
It was above mediocre. Pulp Fiction. Classic.
12 Monkeys.
Yeah.
12 Monkeys.
12 Monkeys is great. Yeah.
Sixth
Sense, of course, is wonderful.
Classic.
I actually rewatched it again recently, and it holds up still.
Here's the sleeper. I love the Red.
I never saw Red.
Oh, they're great.
Neither have I. I don't even know what it's about.
Morgan Freeman, John Malkovich.
Yeah,
that's a cast, man.
Wow.
Yeah,
cool.
So they made 2 of them, and it's essentially they're retired espionage agents, and they get the band back together. It's really good.
Oh,
really
hell
good.
yeah, I got to see that. That's cool.
Fifth Element.
That's one. Of
that
my
should
favorites.
be way higher on the list. I'm sorry.
That's
what
one of my
the hell?
favorites of all time.
Did you guys like Unbreakable?
Wait a minute.
That.
He was in Beavis and Butthead to America?
I don't know. I guess
he probably voiced himself.
Yeah, probably, most likely. But Unbreakable was probably that's one of the last movies. I don't go see a whole lot of movies. But I remember seeing that in the theater and being like, huh.
To me,
like when it was done,
Unbreakable is the type of movie that's okay when you see it way back when it was made, but gets better when he adds those other movies in and people go back and watch it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the Glass.
Yes,
the one.
So then people go back and watch it to see how it fits.
I've never actually watched any of those. So,
Chat, what is your best, your favorite Bruce Willis movie? I love the Expendables movies.
And why is it the Fifth
Element for me? Yeah, Fifth Element for me is just it's got to be it.
So now we're starting to scroll down.
Die Hard with a Vengeance should be higher on the list too. That's amazing.
Is it sad? I hate Die Hard movies. I love the first one.
Get this guy off the show. Get this guy out of here.
There we go. He's gone.
Nah. Hey, you know what's funny? You did that so fast. You were probably already going there, weren't you?
I was going there.
You and me, baby, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Straight to the top,
dude. We're on a guideline, yo. Got that wavelength going on.
Did you guys like the Look Who's Talking movies?
I did. I thought they were great.
I don't remember it. I remember that I saw it once, but I was
Chris Yali was
89.
Really...
So what? I was 5 years old when it came out.
Yeah,
so I might have seen it. Death Becomes Her. What a classic! I forgot about that movie.
I've never even heard of Death Becomes Her.
Death Becomes Her. Oh my goodness! Have you seen it, Craig?
Yeah, I've seen parts of it. I've never seen the whole thing, but it's interesting as we continue to go down the list here. Like this is Disney's The Kid, the Last Boy Scout, the Red 2, which
was that good too?
Yes, Red 2 was good too. I don't know what the hell.
They're both good.
Yeah, people are idiots.
The Siege, I've never heard of that either.
I don't. The whole 9 yards. That one was pretty good.
Expendables. I love that he was in like kids movies like Rugrats.
Last Man Standing. That's a good one.
I don't know how.
Armageddon.
I
forgot
love
about that.
Armageddon.
Armageddon was a great movie.
Yes, I love this movie. Yes,
it was.
Who
are you guys? You know what? Go ahead, and just remove me. I'm good. Get me out of here. So he removed himself. Bye, guys. All right, yeah. You guys agree with me, right? I mean, who likes Armageddon?
No,
right?
Armageddon. It's just 3 hours of popcorn flick. That's
Armageddon is really the classic.
3 hours.
The classic 90s.
They wouldn't send. Look,
you know?
I love space. I wanted to be an astronaut as a kid. That's what I wanted to do. They would not send
miners
to save the planet. They wouldn't put. It just wouldn't happen.
They would train the astronauts.
I don't care. I don't care. It's so stupid. No. Armageddon is not on the same level as Con Air. All right, Con Air was way better.
It is apparently harder to learn how to
Con
mine.
Air was a better movie than Armageddon. Dude.
You're right. I actually think it was.
Thank you, Trav.
Oh my god.
You're like, I just really liked Liv Tyler. She's so hot.
She was smoking hot. My God.
Go watch Empire Records then. All right.
Are you kidding me? Liv Tyler held that movie up. It was you got Ben Affleck.
She was the only good thing in that movie.
She was so. Listen, there's a scene where Ben Affleck got the little animal crackers working his way up the lake. We all wanted to be the animal cracker. We all wanted to be.
She was the only good thing of that movie. Yes, I agree with you on that, Craig. Sure, we can agree on that.
Oh my God, that's so good. It's a wonderful story because at the end, Ben Affleck it's Ben Affleck and Bruce Willis. They come together as Bruce Willis kills himself for the best of humanity. He sets the bar,
and his daughter.
Yes, and that's really what it came down to.
Because Ben Affleck's character could have sacrificed himself, and he was like, no,
he didn't let him.
I got this.
That's
I know
right.
exactly. He's like, I'm the father. She loves you, so I'm going to kill myself and save the planet.
That's right.
Cool. Yeah. Wow. Awesome.
You want to see Ben Affleck?
Spoilers.
Shitty,
Yeah.
just go
Sorry,
watch Pearl Harbor.
Winterfell. If you're upset that we're spoiling. When did that movie come out? 20 years ago?
Yeah, 1998. Yeah. Listen,
24 years ago? Yeah.
That's
Sorry.
Right. Hose knows right over here. The Aerosmith music videos were hot.
That was his daughter. Like he used his own daughter as the hot girl in his own video. It's a little weird. I'm sorry. That's a little weird.
Well, I'll tell you this right now. We wish Bruce Willis the best in his battle with dementia. Obviously.
Absolutely.
Look at this. Jay Rome comes in, says Armageddon is the first movie to make me cry, even to this day. Why? It's Bruce effing Willis, Mr. Yippee-ki-yay. He died not only for his country but for his daughter. I stand by what I said. Can't say the F word. Hey, good for you, Jay Rome. You're my boy. You're my boy right there. Not just for his daughter, but for his fucking country. Thank you so much, Jay Rome. Appreciate that.
Because you don't need more motivation. You know what I mean. If it's your
That's
daughter.
right. Hey, agree to disagree. All right, we're good.
I love it.
We can move on.
All right. and Predator talking about the Sixth Sense. Yes, and Predator, thank you so much for the 100 bits. Crazy T says, I love Pulp Fiction, Fifth Element, the Expendables movies, and that one movie he was a doctor, but he was killing people. so many movies that I love that he did, right? And I guess
hold on. A doctor? He was killing people? There was a movie. I don't remember that.
I don't know.
Someone says Krieger questioning on Aerosmith video from 20 years ago when we have MILF Manor now. MILF Manor's disgusting. Excuse me. You think I like hearing about MILF Manor? That is the most degenerate, debaucherous show ever. Society is gone. Society is gone. MILF Manor is the most disgusting idea for a show I've ever heard of. It's disgusting.
So let's.
I haven't seen it, but I heard about it.
If they made a show called DILF Manor, would people react the same way to that?
No one wants to see that either, dude.
Nobody wants.
Well,
to see
and
that.
but that's my whole point. Is why is one? You know what I'm saying? Acceptable.
Women power, Trav.
It's just weird.
Oh god. Oh jeez. I don't want to see. No. Thankfully, there's no audio. My goodness, Boomer saves the day here.
Just a reason for middle-aged
want
women
audio?
to get drunk.
No, Craig, no.
You want audio? Is that what's that?
No, I'm saying I'm grateful that you boomered it, that we didn't have to listen to audio.
What's that? You said you wanted audio?
Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, I can't. My headphones stopped working for some reason. I don't know what's.
Look at that right there for you.
Something's up with my headphones. Craig is.
Look at those abs.
This excites Craig way too much. Craig, I thought you had a family.
Listen, I love the idea of just how trashy this show is. It's unbelievable.
Bro. No, man, society is.
Look at this lady. Look at this lady. Oh my God, what a great freeze frame. MILF.
That's a MILF. That's sad, dude.
What was that Netflix show, Love Island or whatever it was?
That's like on his third or fourth season.
That woman was 4 injections away from being Madonna.
Oh my God.
Oh goodness, we're gonna.
Just saying. That's not attractive. Right. Hey, older women.
Madonna
that's not attractive.
Madonna went away for 3 years and came back literally looking
came
like
back
a
an
Bratz
alien.
doll. She looks like
Came back an
Bratz doll.
alien.
There
Pull
she
up
is.
a picture of a Bratz doll.
Oh no,
and
no,
look
I
at
don't.
Madonna.
Yeah.
As Adam's like, I
gotta go wash my eyeballs.
Oh man. Anyways, you can look out for the new series MILF Manor now on TLC.
Yay.
God damn,
Are you shilling that show right now?
No.
Hey, that's our new sponsor.
Are we sponsored by Milk Mansion or something?
Thursday nights at 7:00 on TLC.
What is going on here? Oh man.
Oh god. Do you guys want to talk Disney or Michael Jordan?
Michael Jordan, the
All right,
GOAT,
let's do it.
the best basketball player of all time.
That's right. You are.
I know Disney for a while.
I know some people.
There you go. There's
This
Milf
is
Manor.
Bill Milf Manor. Michael Jordan looks a lot different.
He's in MILF Manor, didn't you know?
Oh my god, that's great. All right. That's awesome. Here we go. Michael Jordan turns 60 today.
Wow.
60 today. There's then we're gonna get into sports because I care about sports, right?
I grew up in Chicago. I don't know if you knew this. I'm from Chicago. And I was at plenty of Bulls parties where every TV in the house was on with the game, and there was people everywhere watching the game. And I mean, I was born in '84, so in the '90s, I was like a young. I went into 10 years old to young teen when the Bulls were just dominating everybody.
I was right there with you.
I was in the midst of it. You said Midwest. I don't know how.
Yeah, I was born in '85. I live in Illinois, so.
Oh, okay. So, all right. This guy knows.
Yeah.
This guy gets
it.
I actually lived at the time about an hour away from Chicago.
Oh, right. What? Wait, which suburbs? Which direction?
South.
Oh, south suburbs. Okay.
I just put a poll in the chat. Put a poll in the chat of who is the GOAT. Is it LeBron? Is it MJ or somebody else? Because there's obviously
you put LeBron on there.
Look, LeBron just passed for the most points, right? We know this. Okay.
Okay.
The game is a lot different though now too.
Right. We all understand that. We can get into sports talk.
Oh wait, we could swear. I'm saying it. I don't give a shit. LeBron's a bitch.
I agree. I 100% agree.
I said it. I don't care who gets mad.
No, LeBron is a whiny crybaby bitch. I'll add to that. Like I do not like LeBron.
That's what I'm talking about. I can't stand them.
I think Kobe would be closer to Michael Jordan than LeBron for sure.
Ooh. Yeah. Okay. Maybe that's where the
just my opinion.
Well, right now it's a landslide. Right now it's 87% say MJ is the GOAT, followed by somebody else, which I'd imagine would be Kobe. Or, you think about
Kobe, dude. Kobe he learned from Jordan, man. Jordan taught him the ropes.
Larry Bird was really good
he
back
took
in the day too.
Dude, man, I miss Kobe, man. Kobe had like the potential to be like the greatest ever. I mean, he wasn't Jordan, but he learned from Jordan, and
yes, he did.
He worked for it.
I think he had the confidence in his skill, and I think you reach a point where you have to have that confidence in your skill, or you're just not going to get better.
Yeah, Kobe was going to go for a lot longer.
Yeah, and I think Michael Jordan.
He retired. He retired.
Yeah, but he retired so he could get a bigger paycheck in 3 years when he comes back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe
Michael
maybe
Jordan retired like 4 times too.
Good point.
There was that he retired, and before he retired, they just gave him the ball and said like, "Hey, go score like 1 million points." And I think he scored 60 or something in one of his final games, just because they're like, it's Kobe night. Just go score a bunch of points. I don't know. Kobe was fine, but it's just crazy to think that it's Michael Jordan turning 60. 60.
It's nuts.
Well, anyways, that's really the entire
60.
story. Like what?
Wow.
Michael Jordan is closer to geriatric than he is playing in his.
I was gonna say, can I talk about his house?
Yeah.
So Michael Jordan's mansion, everybody knows, with the big 23 on the gate, has been for sale for like 20 years. He offered a $10 million price cut on the home. And he said he would give one of every pair of Jordans ever made for free to whoever bought the home. And I said, how has nobody bought this home and turned it into like a Graceland and said, hey, I'll show these shoes. And hey, do you have anything else you could loan me or give me to put in your museum and have it at Michael Jordan fucking museum?
Wow, look at that beautiful gym in there.
You know what I'm saying? And this home, if it's that cheap, You know what I mean? Because the price of it is he cut the price like 5 times.
It's only $15 million.
Right.
That's it. That's it.
Should we go tour it? Come on.
Let's go.
Side scroller.
I love that.
I just don't see how
car garage.
I just don't see how
Holy
nobody
shit.
has taken up that and made a museum out of it, because it would be the perfect museum.
It's a 32,000 square foot house. I mean, good Lord, that is insane.
That's massive. 9 bedroom, 19 bathrooms. Jeez.
Imagine what people would pay just to come play on that basketball court.
Oh, of course. Of course.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Basketball is not as popular as it used to be.
Well, I mean, but Michael Jordan is timeless, and I wouldn't do anything about this gate. I would keep it there.
Leave it. Oh yeah,
100%. I would keep everything the same. But only 15 mil. You know, by the time you're said and done.
I think you'd make your money back in 10 years.
The person that's going to buy that place is going to take that 23 down. I'm telling you,
probably, and it's going to be sad.
They're going to be wrong.
They won't even know.
I agree. They're going to be wrong. That should be like a Graceland. I 100% think so.
What's the old saying? Pay paradise to put up a parking lot. Right?
Yeah.
Pay paradise.
And now, if Michael Jackson wasn't such a something can't say, we could have done the same to his house too. But hey.
What do you think about?
I don't know if that's true. I'm sorry. I don't agree with all that. I think that's all. I think it's not true.
What do you think about this, MILF? Thank you. just want to send it over.
I'm running out of bleach, man.
I'm tired of seeing that bitch's face. Damn.
Well, easy, Trav. Easy.
Jeez.
She could be a very nice woman. All right. Do you guys want to?
Could be, yes.
All right. It is Friday, and there's our news for the day. There's our news. We've covered the news successfully in an hour. And
I had just enough wine to get through that news. Jeez.
We made it through. Good job, guys. Good job. G2s, if you guys do like this, please consider supporting the show over at patreon.com/sidescrollers. You are the lifeblood of making this work. We have 166 patrons right now. Who is going to be 167? Let's see. I want to count that off today during the show. During the show, I want to count it off. All right. It is Friday, which means it was kind of a slow news day, but I actually think we made the most of it. Good job, guys. So I figured we'd take the next 20 minutes or so and really dig into some hardcore video games.
It's time for hardcore gaming.
All right, I've been waiting to use that. I'm glad we did.
You know, the echo actually worked for that. You know, you did the echo thing, which is fine.
Yeah.
But it honestly kind of made it cooler to me. It added the extra like hardcore gaming. I was like, oh damn.
Good. I'm glad it worked. That's
extra hardcore. I love it.
The echo thing is something I'm going to need to get used to here on StreamYard, but that's all right. Yeah. All right, so today we're going to talk about Dark Souls. And
per
Dark
my
Souls,
request.
Yes, per your request. That's this be fun. I figured. How about this? Let's just open up the floor. I'm going to get some gameplay going here. And and Adam, you just talk about your experience with Dark Souls, because this is obviously a game that has a lot of lore behind it, as a very, very strong fan base. And the floor is yours, friend.
Well, I first started playing Demon Souls, which was the first game in the series. People say Dark Souls is actually the first. It was actually Demon's Souls. And I loved Demon Souls when that first came out on the PS3. I still have my PS3 with Demon Souls on it. And Dark Souls came out and they really fine-tuned it. And what I really love about Dark Souls is the world that they built. It's linear, but at the same time, you have all of the possibilities to go anywhere you want if you know the right way. If you know the secrets of this game, you do not have to follow the pathway that is set forward to, regular players that don't know anything about the game. They come into the game. It's a straight line to go through the entire game to get finally to the boss. But if you know the way through, if you know the secrets, if you know to get the secret key at the beginning as your starting gift, you can make your way through to the end of the game very quickly. And it suddenly the game opens up right away, and you don't actually have to fight your way through to get in some of the end game stuff. I love the game design of that. The way that they did that was incredible. My next thing about this game is the multiplayer style of this game. The ability to actually invade someone's world while they're just walking around playing a game. Suddenly there's a player. You're not going to a PvP arena. You're not taking your character and going to another mode. You're in the game, and suddenly there's a phantom in your world trying to kill you, and it's another player, and they're really good because those invaders tend to invade a lot, and you're looking at someone who did a lot of invading, and it was so much fun to have these kind of battles between people who are actually just trying to play the game, and then suddenly oh man, this person, and then you get killed. But then when you get that kill and you beat the invader, it's better than killing that boss that you couldn't get past, the asylum demon, the very first boss that they put as a freaking check right in the beginning of the game. You can't even enjoy the game before you beat the first boss. But when you beat that boss, it's great. But when you beat that invader, there's something that unlocks inside of you, and it is a love of Dark Souls. And there's something about that. And I also love playing with my friends. Me and my good buddy Will. All right, he went by Shinra Khan, amazing player, obsessed with Dark Souls. He's currently in the midst of Elden Ring, but that's another conversation. Him and I would sit in the forest. Now there's a forest where anytime you go through, it would summon invaders. You could join a covenant that's like, whenever there's anyone in this forest, you will automatically be pulled from your world and thrown in here to try to kill them because they're invading our forest. You're not allowed to be here. So him and I would go in the forest together and just sit there and be like, bring it on. And it would be pulling people in, and we would fight on purpose and just defend the forest, even though they were actually defending the forest. But we had so much fun in this video game together. I have such great memories of him and I fighting this. And we would create these characters where they're very low level, and we would be level 10 going against the hardest bosses in the game. You might, for those who've played Dark Souls, there's something called the Four Kings. It's down in the abyss, all black. You can't see the floor. And you can't actually go there until you have a specific ring that you have to get by going to like the ends of the game to get this ring to even go to the abyss. So we would be these low levels getting all the way through to fight the Four Kings and beat them to unlock this other area in the game to get like some of the best equipment so that we could go back to the beginning of the game and invade with some of the best stuff for the new players. Welcome to Dark Souls. It was a lot of fun. I was kind of mean. In fact, I started doing that with Elden Ring. I have a level 1 character with
it's kind of a dick move, but
with absolutely no upgrades at all. And I've gotten through the entire game of Elden Ring. I've beaten all the bosses except Melania, because no thanks. There's no need. I'm not going to use her sword anyway. That's the only real reason I'm not going to use her rune, her great rune. I haven't beaten 4 bosses, and it's the last 3 bosses in the game and Melania, but I've gotten everything else beaten with my Elden Ring. There's something about being able to invade other people's worlds while they're playing the game that there's nothing else that offers that. It's very rare, and you can also enjoy playing multiplayer, solo. From Software is my favorite game company out there. I love them. I can't wait for Armored Core 6. It's going to be absolutely incredible. And go play Elden Ring and support the game of the year, rightly deserved.
The only game I can think of
that was my rant of Dark Souls.
Love it.
That's even close that you can join a game is like Diablo. You know,
kind of, yeah. PK, player killers, where they would join in and go hostile.
That's the only one I can think of.
Yeah, you got to find them. You can't use the waypoints if you go hostile, so you kind of have to warp all the way to wherever they are. Right. But you're right. That is it. And that came before Demon Souls. I remember playing Diablo 2 back in the mid aughts. I love Diablo 2 so much. It's one of my favorite games.
Would you like to hear my experience with Dark Souls?
Sure. Yes, I want to hear. What is your experience with Dark Souls?
So Travis knows. My first experience with Dark Souls was on a stream. Back at Game Attack. I had never played Dark Souls before. This is probably 6, 7, 8 years ago now. Maybe 6 years ago. And we started a series called Death Days. And Death Days was built around it's built around the reputation of Dark Souls. The idea that you're going to die and you're going to get your shit kicked in for the entire time you're playing.
It's true.
I went into this game with its reputation firmly planted in my head. I was like, you're going to die and die a lot, and it's going to bruise your gaming ego. And it did.
And you remember when you first started playing, you were doing shots too, $100 shots.
Yeah, we were taking shots, and we just couldn't take it. It was too much.
Should have been called drunk days, but
yes. So I remember every time. So it was like going into a maze, and everybody knows the solution except for you, right?
Yep.
So the idea of, as I'm playing through, you'd get nudged in a certain direction, right? But for the most part, they want you to figure it out for yourself. And the thing that drove me crazy about Dark Souls was just the absolute cryptic nature of it. It was like going and playing a game from the original Nintendo, right? Where you have to draw your own map, but there was no instruction booklet attached to Dark Souls. It's like, just fucking figure it out. Just go and figure it out, whatever. And I both appreciate and I couldn't stand that aspect to it, right? Because they're like, well, don't you know that you have to find the key to go down here, and then you got to go around here and then flip around the forest, and go down. It's like what the hell are you even talking about? But before we do that, you gotta go get this armor plate and go talk to the blacksmith. And it was crazy.
You got to ring the bells. You got to ring the bells, man.
Right. It's like, how the hell would I know that? I got to go down to the depths of hell to ring the bell. Then I got to go to the top and ring the bell. Like, what is it? At no point.
Hey,
that's pretty accurate.
That's exactly like old games. You're just thrown in. Look at Zelda. I mean,
I don't want my hand held. All right. These new games, these sandbox games where they're like, click this marker, and then it shows on the map where direction you walk in that direction, and it's there. And then you pick the item up and you bring it back to the town, and then you get some money for it, and then some experience. And then here's the next quest. You go here and do that. And it's like, no, I don't want that. I want to discover on my own. I love that discovery. That's why I loved. Did you play Elden Ring, Craig?
No, I haven't played it.
I can't.
So many people have asked me to play it. Many people have asked me.
Good.
It's been a consistent. Hey, you got to play, because I have this series. I have a history with Dark Souls now.
I got to add one, Craig. I got to add one. Hey, you got to try Elden Ring.
Oh, thanks. Appreciate that.
That's it. I just added one. All right.
I keep hearing that. That's great. So I actually stopped here for a specific reason, and those G2s who have been following me for a while, you guys may actually recognize this part of this gameplay right here, because this part in particular, I probably spent
I know where this is.
Probably 2 streams working on this. It was like fighting this one guy, and I think his name was Hank. Where you go up this, and this guy right here. I remember trying to fight this guy, and I just couldn't get past him, and I kept dying. And I'd get a little bit further, nope, and it was just insane.
Perry.
I think it was Hank. I think that's what it was. But
see, he's ready to parry you now. You got to be careful.
Oh, you're saying Perry, not Harry. I thought you were saying Perry. Okay.
No, you got to parry him. There, now you got to.
Well, and so like, there's the parry, there's like the backstab thing. There's all these things that you. That I didn't really know or understand. This is still pretty early in the game. We probably got here. This is an hour and a half into this guy's playthrough.
This is kind of far into. Yeah, this is the church.
This is probably
you
4 or 5
you fight the gargoyles on the roof here.
Right.
So you're almost to one of the bosses.
Right.
One of the key bosses to move forward.
And fighting these
gargoyles. Here's the
gargoyles.
Yep.
I remember it being like, everyone was like,
gonna fight the gargoyles. Here, pause it right here.
Yeah.
There's something cool about this fight too, because you could fight them, right, and kill them, and not even know that if you actually cut that tail off, you actually can use that tail as a weapon, right? Yep. There's a lot of these kind of elements in the game where if you didn't know, you could just be attacking him, and suddenly you could do enough damage to his tail, and boom, you get a weapon. Then you're like, oh, maybe I could cut tails off of bosses, and there's like 3 or 4 bosses where you can cut the tail off and use their weapons, and it's like they're actually really good weapons too. But they don't tell you that. I love that kind of stuff.
No,
I love it, man.
They don't tell you shit in this
game. Is incredible.
That type of thing that you're talking about is what tells you that the people who made the game actually wanted to make a good game. You know.
Well, they don't do that anymore. From Software is the only one doing it.
There's
I believe it.
I'll say this: there are a lot of memorable bosses in this game, and just regular characters as well. Like going through the forest here, and you got this creepy like plant guys,
the mushroom guys,
whatever they are. They just come out and they're kind of
or the trees looking ones.
Yeah, the tree guys freak me out.
The tree branches. Yeah.
They look like big pine cone type things.
And for this game, I remember I think we played on the PlayStation 3, and I remember going down into the hell area, and it just like chugging down there.
Blighttown?
Yeah, Blighttown. And it just chugged.
It basically is hell.
Yeah, it was moving at like 5 frames a second. It was horrendously bad.
Well, they put way too many enemies in that zone, because there's so many guys that just shoot like blow darts at you. They just it's pretty annoying.
Oh yeah, that combined with the blow dart stuff, I bet you it used up the RAM in the console, and that's what it was. Yeah.
So let's talk about this here real fast. I still, to this day, I have no idea what hollowing is. I played through all Dark Souls 3, all games.
Do you want me to tell you? Do you want me to help you out?
I just know it has.
Do you want to remain ignorant, or do you want me to
no,
inform you right now?
Well, let me. I just know it has something to do with like being dead, being the dead version of yourself, and coming back to the right. But then once again, there's nothing. I remember the currency that you use to hollow. I don't remember what it is, but it's like a
humanity. You actually have eight humanity built up right there,
right?
Which is pretty good. So
they're very hard.
This isn't you. Who is this?
No, this is Source Spy 91.
Okay. So
yes,
gaining up 8 humanity, you might be invading to get that stuff. But the more you fight in a zone that has the boss alive, you will naturally just gain it.
That's a gross looking spider.
Yeah, this is Quayleg. She's a freaking bitch, dude. The Chaos Witch. It's basically like this naked girl spider. You can kind of see her.
Two things I dislike: naked girls and spiders.
That's weird. That's new information. One of the sexiest and freakiest intros for a boss, though, because of the way that it like slowly pans down and you see her face, and then you see your hands, and then you see her hair covering her like the top, and then you see the spider, and it's like, wait, it's not a hot girl. It's actually a weird spider thing. And great battle though. Annoying lava, but great battle.
Well, there are a lot of interesting set pieces in this. All the dragons and everything that you got to fight. It's a really fun game, and I do agree with you. There's a lot of really great like set pieces and levels and adventures that you go on.
Hidden walls. There's like countless hidden walls that you hit this wall and suddenly it disappears and you're like, what? And then you go in and there's an entire zone with a boss and like extra weapons. Like, if you just walked past this one wall, you'd miss all that. Like, that's amazing. That kind of stuff. I love it.
And game makers don't do that very much anymore. That kind of little.
No, they hold your hand. I don't want my hand out.
There was I don't know. I feel like I need to go and play the new one. Just because I hear it's Dark Souls with Zelda.
It's amazing.
Right. Elden Ring, right?
But Zelda.
Well, it's the open world of Zelda.
Zelda didn't come up with that.
I know, but I know that's the crossover that I hear, right? So
I didn't like that Zelda. Breath of the Wild. I tried it. I couldn't get into it.
Oh.
And I love Zelda games.
Oh. Well, I guess you're gonna hate it moving forward because that's what they're going with.
I know. They're not gonna ever go back to the top down. That's my favorite. I love the top down style.
Only on like handhelds, I think maybe. So,
I hope I love it.
The Magma Express came in with the $10 super chat. Says, "Hail all new to side scrollers, and I've been enjoying the shows this week. Adam, I need some pro tips for fighting the gaping dragon. My dad said he'll disown me if I don't beat it on my first try."
Oh wow. Well, you can summon. I think you can summon Knights of Lair. You can also summon. There's 2 summons that you can go. When you get to them, go back up the stairs and go to the right, around the corner. Like, go past the stairs. There's a summon sign. Make sure that you're not hollow. All right. Unlike Craig, you don't understand what I'm talking about. But
no, I vaguely recall.
Well, you can't summon anyone if you're dead. All right. So you have to become alive. And the thing with the gaping demon, you don't want to be in front of him, all right, because he does a lot of slams and sweeping attacks forward. He like rushes forward. So just try to go around and hit his his back. But before you even go into this battle, make sure that you go through the entire level, because there's a point in the level that there's these archers that will shoot at you, and if you don't kill them during the level, they'll actually be standing up on the ledges here shooting at you while you're fighting this boss. But you can go and kill them before you fight the boss. But if you don't like go through the whole level and you kind of rush through the level to get to the boss, they'll still be up there shooting down on you. So you got to take care of them. That makes it ridiculous.
I would love, like, just hearing you talk about how passionate you are about this game.
Yeah,
I would love to watch you play through this game, just because that'd be super fun to pay attention to, because like I didn't know any of that shit, and I'm pretty sure I summoned somebody in here at this point, because there's no way I could. I was so intimidated. I think the thing about this, and specifically bringing it back to Zelda for a minute, right? And that's my tie-in. Like, I've never seen this shield before. I don't know the sword that he's using, right? And there's so much stuff.
I think it's a dragon sword and the crystal shield.
Right. So
one of the dragon swords. There's actually multiple.
These are things.
Fire Drake. I think it might be the Drake.
Does that shield do damage to them when they hit it?
No, the crystal armor, the crystal stuff has really good defense, but really low durability. So it's like really high defense, but it breaks after it breaks. It's, you're screwed. So it is the Drake sword. Yeah, thank you. It's been a while since I played this game.
But those are things that I love about this. That I like. There's so much that I don't know about Dark Souls, even though I've beaten the first 3. And I'll say this from a combat perspective. This game taught me, for the first time specifically, how to be patient with my attacks.
I love that. That's one of my favorite, dude.
Yeah.
You got to be precise with when you swing, or else you'll be caught in an animation, and then you get hit and then you die, and it's like, I shouldn't have attacked 3 times. I should have attacked twice and left. Like, I love it. You got to be precise.
Yeah, and I think you guys are right with games like Zelda Classic. You didn't really have to work. You could go through and power through it. You could avoid getting hit. But you didn't necessarily have to on a lot of games.
Dark Souls spoiled me with games. I have become such my view of video games. I'm not a stickler to video games, but man, I now I view games and I compare them, and I'm like, how am I? Do I have a good amount of difficulty to overcome? Is it, there's a really fine balance between keeping it fun and keeping it difficult so that you earn it. And I feel like most games nowadays, they lean way too much into fun and story, and they don't like, whatever, difficult, whatever, put it on story mode. You can just play the whole game. And it's like,
they forgot the lessons we learned in the past, right?
Well, there's no difficulty setting with Dark Souls.
Right.
You can't be like, I want it on ultra easy. You beat the game, and then there's New Game Plus, and it gets a little harder. That's it. And then you New Game Plus, and then you get slightly better items as you go through the game again. So there's like a reason to keep playing. I just love the system. I love the way that they've done it. It's From Software has unlocked an incredible format for games, and I'll pre-order every single thing From Software does. I know Armored Core's going to be different. Armored Core's different. It's mech combat with breakable environments. Very, very awesome. Really looking forward to it. But I trust, like you said, Trav, their love of games. They clearly love this game. They clearly love the game that they're making.
And making
that kind of stuff, dude. I know they're going to put that behind Armored Core, and I love mech games too. So I can't wait for Armored Core 6. It's going to be great.
This is interesting. I always like looking at the Steam community achievements and what percentage of actually,
interesting,
own the game, and what percentage have actually beat the game, because those who bought it on Steam, I usually think that the PC players, they're your most hardcore gamers, right?
Sometimes.
Generally, I think that's like a general rule. I think the more casual players have a PlayStation or an Xbox or a Nintendo, right?
Okay.
So these are, just in my mind, this is kind of where it's at. And you look at like where people have, just the idea of beating the game, achievement, complete the game. 2.8% of the people who own it have beaten the game, which I actually thought that was considerably high. 2.8%.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. I would think that most people.
Well, all achievements.
Oh, okay.
Right.
The thing about achievements with this game, though, is you can't do it with one playthrough.
Right.
Because there's different storylines, and certain storylines cut off. Like if you're talking to a certain NPC and they say, "Can you help me?" If you say no, another quest line might open up.
Right.
But if you say yes, then that one quest line that would have opened closes. And
that's
it's like there's like a
makes
branching tree that you
Yes.
don't even know that you're making these changes that change the game. For like 4 hours into the game, you meet that NPC again, and they're like, "Thanks for helping me. Here's this awesome item," you have to go fight this thing, and if you killed it before you even meet them, then they're like, "Oh, you're amazing. Like, let me help you out." I don't know. I can't think of anything in particular.
To me, that's what makes a good game is that multiple story threads, and it's not just you have this one path, you follow this path, and that's that, and you know what I mean. It's just that's a shitty game to me.
I would love to do another Dark Souls playthrough. In fact, Craig,
yes,
we should do a playthrough of Elden Ring.
Okay,
and I will show you the ropes of Elden Ring.
Maybe we can make that a patron goal or something along those lines. Where if we hit a certain goal, we do a big Elden Ring playthrough. I think that'd be fun. So
get on the Patreon, guys.
Yep, patreon.com/sidescrollers.
That's a good goal. I love that.
Sounds perfect. Awesome. Well, that was really fun to listen to you guys talk about that and provide my thoughts on Dark Souls. And like I said, I felt from a combat perspective by the second and third game, and I think we eventually played. What's the other one? There's
Sekiro, Bloodborne.
No, Bloodborne. We played Bloodborne. I didn't like Bloodborne very much. I didn't like it very much.
Well, it's a little faster. Bloodborne's harder, I think. The speed of the attacks of Bloodborne. It's a different speed of fighting in Bloodborne. I love Bloodborne. I thought that was a fantastic game.
Yeah, it wasn't my favorite. Maybe it's just the setting of it. It wasn't my favorite thing, but
different environment. Yeah.
Right. Well, that was super fun. All right. Well, good job, guys. I think we did it's fun talking about that stuff. But alas,
tell me, I agree.
Minutes into today's show, which I think it means it's time to move over and head over to the post show over on patreon.com/sidescrollers. I'm going to start killing the stream now. Killing it over on Twitch. Thank you guys very much for tuning in. Appreciate it. I'm going to kill you now. You're dead, Twitch.
Whoa.
See ya.
Whoa.
Yep. Going to remove you, Twitch. See ya. Bye, Twitch. See you later.
Bye, Twitch.
YouTube, we're going to kill you guys in just a second. Wait, it says delete that. No, I don't want to delete that. But with that said, what a phenomenal week. This was really, really fun to do. I appreciate everybody popping in, being a part of our week here on Side Scrollers. A great first few episodes. I look forward to coming back and replicating it as we continue to learn and grow and foster this little show that we have here. So listen, G2s, do me a favor. Be a friend and tell a friend. Let people know this show exists so we can continue to grow a little bit. Next week, we got a great lineup of guests, including Blabs will be returning on Monday, as well as Jay, Drunk 3PO, will be joining us as well on Monday. So
love Drunk 3PO, man. Jay's great.
Going to be a great show. With that said, guys, remember, people are going to try to keep you down. Don't let them. You guys got a goal. Go get it. Bruce Willis, we'll be praying for you, big guy. Susan Wojciak, we will not. Good night, guys. See you guys later. See you guys over on patreon.com/sidescrollers. Bye-bye. I did it. I did it over on YouTube.